Hello, viewers, all 13 of you. We're doing a little something different today.
Something special?
Well, we're discussing science. And we don't usually do that.
Never.
So what happened was, in Star Trek, apparently in Discovery, there was this woman that went out into outer space, and she had both a jetpack and wings.
Makes perfect sense to me.
And we're having a little debate. I'll take the anti-wings side, and Joyce takes the pro-wings side.
Who do you think is right?
I allege that the wings would be useless in space because wings are for
navigation.
You know, you flap your wings against the air and they kind of propel you around, right? To steer or to provide steer or lift, right?
Right, steering. Even if they don't provide lift, they would provide turning, steering.
How do wings work?
Wings catch the air, but they do more than that. Like, there's muscle and bone structure in the wings. So it's part of the structure of the bird when they're making a turn. Just like we have arms and legs that help us balance and walk, we don't need wind to do that. So I believe he's saying that there's no wind in space, which I don't really believe that there's zero movement of the air in space, personally. But even if that's true, it's still going to help you navigate to have wings in space.
How would it help navigate?
How do your legs help you walk? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
It kind of moves my limbs.
But it balances you as well and helps you turn.
So,
not fall over.
You know how airplanes, they can only go up so high?
Yeah.
Or birds, they can only fly so high.
I don't think that has to do with wind.
Or if you've ever heard the Iron Maiden song, Flight of Icarus. You know how Icarus flies too close to the sun and then his wings turn to ashes? To ashes, his grave?
Right, I think it's ash.
But there ain't no fucking wind up in space.
I don't care if there is or isn't. I find it hard to believe that there's absolutely no movement. Like I said, if comets or meteors travel by, they're going to produce some sort of movement.
They are not. Especially these particular wings, which don't even fucking flap or move. They're just kind of there for, I'm assuming, aesthetics.
No.
It's kind of like X-Wings in Star Wars. They got wings, but they don't actually steer the ship.
I don't know.
I think they got little jets on the outer edges of them, and the jets are what steers. But there was no system of propulsion attached to these wings that were in Star Trek Discovery. Because wind is required. Or air.
I don't think so. No.
I mean, I think we have learned that space is not entirely a vacuum. There's particles here and there. Light.
Movement.
Fucking radio waves. Matter. But it's very thin. And even if you were going 1,000,000 billion miles an hour, I just don't really see wings steering you.
You're wrong.
I'm just wrong.
I just explained it. I'm not going to keep explaining it again.
Were you able really to counter the argument that there's no wind or air in space?
I actually don't know the answer to that. So I'm not trying to counter it. I'm just saying that wings are totally plausible to have in space because
they could exist in space.
They would provide you with steering.
They're just not going to do much. And they're certainly not going to steer.
Yeah, they are going to steer.
How?
How would they not? It's a body part.
Because wings work by flapping against the fucking air.
You also can glide
And there
without
ain't no
flapping at
air.
all. They can just be wide open and help you glide.
Because the forward projection movement provides lift against the slope of the wing and lifts you as you go. There's no air. If there's no air for the wings to provide lift against, then they're just little things on you. They don't do anything. They have no purpose.
I just can't agree.
Okay, do you remember in that same... We just recently watched Star Trek where they blew... You know, have you ever seen a movie where something gets shot out of the airlock in space? And they just kind of go out there and die?
I mean, I've seen real rockets launched.
This bitch been to Cape Canaveral and she never told me about this. She is a scientist.
I am a scientist.
So, like, you never seen the end of Aliens where she blows the alien out the airlock and that's what kills it?
Sure. That's why we need spacesuits.
Why does it die?
Why does it get pulled out?
Why would blowing it out the airlock kill it?
What blew it? It's interesting that you should use the word blow.